This podcast is just for fun. It's all fake. Don't believe us. Look, do your own research. Hey, Bigfoot. Oh, woo. Welcome
to the show. That was good. That was solid.
I don't know what that was.
This is my Bigfoot call.
So you know it's a good Bigfoot call because he knew what it was supposed to be. So
hey, Bigfoot. Oh,
yeah. Here's my Bigfoot. Hey, Bigfoot. Hey, Bigfoot. Hey, Bigfoot. I'm over here.
Yogi Baron.
Hey there, Bigfoot.
oh,
Hey there, Bigfoot. I got a picnic basket.
You know the funny thing is that's on the intro, but I'm putting it on the song too.
Yes. Hey there, Bigfoot.
That's one of the most unhinged intros we've had in a minute. That's great.
So, dude, we'd take the kids when my kids were younger, and we'd take them to the zoo. And the one time we were there, and I was like, I've been working on this bear call. I want to see if it works with my son. So he's like all interested, and I'm like, all right, here's my bear call. And I was like, cleared my throat and everything. And I was like, hey there, bear. Hey, bear, come here. And the bear started walking towards us, and I said, it worked.
That's great. Oh, my gosh.
Caleb does a great, hey, turkey. You ever seen that guy that does that?
Dude.
The turkey call where he's like, hey, turkey. Turkey. Yeah, he cracks me up.
I came across this chick on TikTok the other night that she does voice acting stuff. She's like... Her videos are so funny because like she's totally unassuming.
Yeah,
glasses, probably 40 something, like just a very like average looking person, and her voice is pretty like neutral and a little bit weighty. I want to say it's just not what you would expect. She's like, hey, my name is Iggy. I'm an amateur voice actress trying to bust into the business. And I'm going to do the Joker from the Batman animated series. And then just whips out a perfect, like you couldn't tell the difference.
Nice.
It's nuts. She does a great Hank Hill as well. A few Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Like just
nice.
She's crazy good. I'll show her to you after the show. But she's freaking nuts.
Jay Farrow is one of my favorite voice like imitators.
Yeah,
that dude can do so many voices.
There's some people that
I have
are
such
just really
respect for
good
that.
at
You just sound like somebody else.
There's some people really good.
I would just mess with people.
I do a few
so
decent impressions, but nothing to the degree that like those people can do. It's just like
I don't even come close.
Yeah, but
you just kind of sound like me.
Anyhow. That was one of the more fun things that I came across on social media. And the idiots were out in force in the last week or so. Did you happen to see the cops that were being stupid in a parking garage, pointing guns at each other, and one shot?
Oh yeah, one shot the other. Yeah.
Every time I come across a video like that, I just like hang my head. I'm like, why? Why do you have to do that? Because then when people are like, I don't trust cops, I'm like, I agree. Like, I can't be mad at you. Yeah. And then the bungee jumping incident.
I saw that. And then
they tossed her, just
yeeted a chick off a bridge, and she just fell to her death.
There was actually some conspiracy theories that popped up around that I'm like, okay, come on, guys, not everything's a conspiracy.
You know, at this point, I'm willing to hear it.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not out of the realm of possibility, but I'm not gonna sign it that quick.
Yeah, I'll give it an ear. I'll probably listen to it and be like, yeah, that's dumb. But I'm willing to listen to more than I used to. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's Okay,
Just a lot of
I want
stupid.
some caffeine. I'm
Okay, yeah,
going back to old
Hey,
school rain
I'm with
orange
you.
drinks.
That's what I brought as well.
Hey, what'd you bring?
Nos Zero.
Hey, dude. I love Nos Zero.
Me too.
Nos Zero, fine. Original Nos, terrible. Good lord,
I like the original Nos, but diet or the Zero Nos is game changer.
Yeah, I like it. It's really citrusy.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good one.
And I'm not all crazy caffeinated today like I usually have been for the last few weeks.
Dude, I'm going to have a problem with working out before we record. If we record on Tuesdays, because I will have consumed a lot of caffeine. So I'll probably have to do bum energy more.
Yeah, something a
Because
little
it's
lower.
a little lower caffeine. Yeah. Or do some liquid. I don't know. The energy drink portion of the show is such a big portion of the show, though.
It really
so it's like,
someday if we don't do it, people are going to think that's the code. That's the code.
That's how you know we sold. That's a good idea.
That's how you know we sold out.
How
That's
you
the
know?
clue. That's
How
the
you know
hint.
we sold out? We stopped doing energy drink segments.
Yep.
Because we.
That's how you know. That's how you know the organization got to us.
They did that thing.
In the ancient days of giants, when the earth was wild and free, a creature roamed the valleys, cloaked in mystery. Is he born of angels' blood and man, a Nephilim so tall, or a shadow of the fallen, yet he the maker's call? He's a biblically accurate Bigfoot, with a lineage from the skies. Not a myth or legend, but a truth that never dies. Is he a remnant of the Nephilim, a titan standing tall? Or does he have the word of God upon him, the last to hear the call?
Speaking of organization, getting to you, I leave tomorrow for my week and a half.
I know you're going to get to hang out with Javi before we have him
that's
on the
cool.
show.
Yeah, it's going to be
Because then, I needed to get that date to you guys. It's going to be a Wednesday. He gave me the date that works, and it's after you get back from your
nice, good deal.
thing. I'll just go ahead and share with everybody. I think Wednesday the 24th is when we decided.
Next week? Or
July 1st?
July.
Yeah, because you're gone.
I'll be gone all next week.
What did we decide? The 1st it must be. I'll have to I'll message him.
Cool.
I'll double check.
Okay.
But yeah, we figured out Wednesdays work better for him, so we'll have to do it on Wednesday.
Sounds good.
Why is it not on my calendar? Did I screw that up? Oh, but anyway.
Yep, you did.
Yes, I did. I talked about on the Patreon a little bit, but I got some new motivation to start doing a 5-day workout again versus what I've been doing has been 2 or 3. Excuse me, man. Dude, this thing is way more carbonated than I remember.
Yeah.
Struggling over there.
I'm trying not to make the burpy gross noises. Anyway.
Motivation. Didn't even hide it very well.
Did I not?
Sounded like somebody trying to start a car outside.
That's what that was.
Kind of going,
I had a silent burp.
Oh yeah. That's exactly what. Hey, so I agreed. So seeing some of the videos and doing some of the stuff. Do you guys ever like when you're outside and you kind of catch a glimpse of your shadow and you're like, oh, I got a new little bumpy shoulder going on? Or that happened to me this last couple weeks.
Bumpy shoulder?
Yeah, I got bumpy shoulders now.
Bumpy shoulders?
Yeah. Us chubby guys, we don't usually have bumpy shoulders, and I've got bumpy shoulders now.
Your delts,
But I noticed
your
it in
delts
my-
are forming up a little bit.
No, my shoulders.
Your shoulders?
What are you talking about?
Your shoulders?
Yeah, that's the delt. Deltoid is this is your deltoid.
No.
Yes.
Google.
Look it up.
Deltoid is the
Nope, I've always
shoulder.
called your delts in your like up here.
No, that's trap. That's your trapezius.
Yep. Deltoid is the cap muscle.
So yes, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Listen, there are so
deltoid
many.
is Greek for bumpy shoulder.
There are so many scientific and medical things that I am very
bumpy shoulder.
unfamiliar with, but I did quite well in our very rigorous sophomore health class in high school. Like, we learned every muscle and every bone and all of the endocrine system and the cardiovascular system and the lymphatic system, all of it. We did all of it. We went hardcore. Cool. So I actually remember that stuff pretty well.
I'm impressed.
Beautiful.
Yep.
You did the thing.
Yep.
It's probably the only time I'll be correct about a thing today. So let me just have this. So while you're doing whatever you're doing, I forgot to actually watch it. Sorry, Mom. I know you sent me the link. My mom came across a video. This astronomy guy was noting some interesting things in the Orion constellation a while ago, and it kind of lined up with the thing that I brought up on the podcast that I saw a few months back. Yeah. And the debunkers / I can explain anything scientifically were suggesting that it was a high orbit satellite, or what do they call it? It's stationary. It just like in the same spot ish. It's like locked with Earth's rotation. Anyway, it was a satellite like tumbling, right? And so it would reflect at certain angles. I don't fully buy into that explanation at all. I'm not saying it's totally impossible. I don't understand those things well enough to be certain, but the distance that it would have been at, I have a hard time believing that two people set like a significant distance away from each other would have both seen it at the same time. I also have a hard time believing that it would have been such a flash as opposed to like a kind of a fade in and out.
Yeah.
And then also it was in one spot for a while and then it was in another spot for a little bit. And so like just all of the things, I have a hard time lining that up and making that make sense in my brain as to how that would work and present itself the way that it did. But someone else saw it, so I'm not crazy, and neither is my mom.
Well,
I don't think. But so there's that.
He had to say, and my mom, right before I said, well, the well was for you, not for Mom, just for the record.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Probably aliens from the planet Deltoid.
That's pretty good. That does sound like it could be that.
Stupid.
You're stupid. Shut up.
See what happens when you let us just ramble?
Yeah, it's bad.
We lose control.
You are the glue. You are the glue that holds this popsicle podcast together.
We end up on some random dirt road in the middle of nowhere.
On the planet Deltoid.
Yep.
If you're one of our YouTube listeners, just know I apologize, and that's part of the. I'm a little distracted because I got a message back from our host site that for some reason it didn't send to YouTube, and I'm having issues getting it uploaded to YouTube. And so there's a few different ways I can go around the last week's episode with the bosses. There's a couple ways I can go around it. One is I can generate a video from the stuff and then upload it to YouTube manually. But Podbean is taking their sweet time. It's something that should take 5 minutes to generate. It is not. It has been 2 hours now, and it has not generated.
It's very interesting to me how you literally never had issue with this at all, ever, even as like your first few weeks trying to like your first uploads to these things, until we criticize the medical and insurance industries.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
It's kind of crazy.
And so, but yeah, so on YouTube is saying that it is uploading one video from the RSS feed. It is safe to navigate away. And it has been uploading for 2 hours, and it does not take 2 hours to upload these because I've seen them done. So we're at an impasse, and I can't manually or passively.
They're screening our episodes now.
And dude, and for on top of that, I had a listener message me, and apparently last week, Podbean, and they claimed that it was deleted from the app on a phone. And I was like, what? not possible. I do not go into my Podbean app. And in order for me to go into my Podbean app, I would have to navigate it like from, because I have it like hidden within all of my podcasting like resource tabs. I was like, I would have had to have accidentally clicked on it, accidentally went into the episodes, accidentally clicked on 5 episodes, and then accidentally clicked on delete. You're telling me I
accidentally clicked, yes, confirmed, I want this gone.
Yeah, probably. and you're telling me you think I did that. And they're like, yep, that's what it shows on our end. And I was like, okay, well, and so my response was, I have a problem with this. And if any more episodes wind up missing, I'm probably leaving your platform. Just open thread. Because I was like, if you're actively allowing episodes to be deleted and not fixing the problem, I'm going to run into this issue more often. I don't want to be a part of this. And I've had the same, these guys, they're great for the financial aspect of things because their monetization system is better than the others. But at this point, I don't know if it's worth paying money to have them host when Spotify hosts for free.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could just source my stuff to Spotify and not have to deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm just going to open threat. And then they were like, oh, okay, well, we'll send it to our tech team and actually look into it. I was like, okay, that's the answer I wanted.
Right.
And then the tech team was like, I'm really sorry. I don't know what to tell you because it shows on our end that you deleted it. And if you're telling us we didn't, or that you didn't, and you can guarantee that you didn't, I don't know what to do at this point because that's kind of the end of our investigative rope. And I was like, I don't know what it was, but
interesting.
Be like, well, listen to the episode and
now
you'll understand what happened.
You know what episodes were involved in that though?
Hit it with us. Tell us.
The main 2 Dulce episodes.
Oh.
Xander warned us that when you begin looking up the Dulce stuff, you're going to have weird things start to happen.
Things happen. Yeah.
And sure enough, the Dulce episodes were the 2 of the ones that...
Now, could it just be coincidence? Sure.
Yeah, that it happened to be the Dulce episodes? Yes. Yeah. Them getting deleted, that's... At best, it was a software glitch on their side. At worst, somebody hacked in and deleted them.
Yeah.
But I have like I have so many things on the account so that people can't hack in. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
And it's funny because we really don't know what we're talking about. So it's really not that important.
It's not
to
that
get
deep.
rid of.
Yeah.
This is all a joke.
I mean,
yeah, it's a comedy podcast.
I was just goofing around.
Don't forget that. Silly. Okay, so episode starters. We're trucking.
Let's do it.
I actually don't have very many current events. We did talk on the Patreon about the UFC fighter calling Michelle Obama a man and the conspiracy that has happened since then. But one thing I would say,
Michael Obama.
The one thing that I will say about that is when all of the celebrities, something I've found to be true of propaganda, at least the propaganda side, everything else we debate thoroughly in the episode, and it is a great Patreon. Like it's a top 10 Patreon episode for me so far. Not that we only have like 20 Patreon episodes so far, but it was top 10. It was really good discussion. We really got into the deep depths of it. But one thing I will say is that I've learned about propaganda from doing research for the podcast is when the news, the celebrities, and the comedians all seem to agree on one thing, there's usually propaganda.
Yeah.
And so that's all I'll say about that. But we talked, so a teaser, we get deeper into it. There was a 7.8 magnitude earthquake that hit the Philippines a couple weeks ago. Oof. Pretty brutal. Did a lot of damage.
Yikes.
Did you guys see the Oliver tree passed away?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see the video he posted before he passed away?
I heard about it a little bit. I didn't actually see it.
I shared it with you, you said, "Oh, that's kind of weird," but I don't think it had the whole video on it. It just had a clip of like Oliver Tree posted this, and then he died in a wreck. He was unalived in a wreck.
Oh yeah.
He left mainstream music and was like, I'm going independent. I'm leaving this system, and went off on the problems there within. And then boom, he's gone in an accident. Could be coincidence. I got into argument with some people, and they might listen to this podcast, and I hope they do. But we got into an argument, and we were talking about how, because I believe, this is just funny, and this is make-believe, and this is just for fun, but I talk about how I think that Tucker Carlson is a chaos agent for the CIA.
Right.
I think he's an asset. And he was like, okay, you need to prove it to me. And I was like, well, I can't prove it without a document saying that he's CIA. That's not possible.
Right.
Like they hold that, like if he's CIA, it will be held for 25 years after his death. Like they will hold that secret. And he's like, well, then prove it to me. And so I was like, okay. So I went through and I was like, here, he's connected, even though he says that he's not. He's independent. And I went through and listed all that stuff. And at the very end of it, he's like, see, you didn't actually provide any proof. And I was like, I'm going to punch you in the throat. I provided you all of the proof. You can see that proof and go, hey, I still disagree with you. That's fine. But to say that I didn't,
and the thing is that
I was heated.
The disagreement from your side was that I think this.
Yeah.
It isn't. This is the way it is.
I think
that's an invalid argument from his side, if you ask me, because he's assuming that you're going to prove absolute, and you're like, I don't even believe.
Here's
absolute.
evidence.
This is what I think. And so let me prove to you why I think that. Yeah.
His final statement was the nail in his own coffin, though, because he said, everything you posted is just coincidence. Coincidence doesn't mean reality when it comes to our government. And I responded, one thing I've learned after doing my podcast is there are very few coincidences when it comes to our government.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the chat was like, oh, you got it.
Got him.
But I was like, but for real, if you believe that if you truly believe that the coincidences can stack up to the level they stack up, I understand your faith in the government. I just can't believe in coincidences at that level.
Yeah.
Like, it gets to be a point where it's like, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Like, coincidence. But so, Oliver Tree, he did pass away shortly after he went independent and had a lot of criticism and was seeming to come out against the powers that be.
Yeah.
And before he could fully come out, bye-bye. Odds? I don't know.
That's what happened to your motorcycle, Phil.
Yeah, it was the gub.
That's what happened to your motorcycle. You're just too smart. You outsmarted him this time.
Yeah. So,
you're wrong. If you're listening to that, you're wrong. I'm not. I didn't fix my bike.
Okay. So I want to talk about something really stupid that could be triggering to a lot of people. So did you guys see? Okay. Let me finish.
I can't tell when you're being sarcastic or you're being...
Send it.
This one's real. There's some people who are political. I don't think very many of our listeners will be triggered by it, but there's some fringe people that listen to our podcast because it's about politics. But anyway,
already.
So Donald Trump. People were criticizing him because and I can't say the words because we're not on the Patreon anymore. I should have brought this on the Patreon, but I forgot about it. Okay. So people were criticizing him, saying that he, was too in touch with Israel, so to say.
Right.
That he was bending over backwards and doing all this stuff for them. Then, he comes out and he's like, hey, the war in Iran is over, and we're going to give, and then somebody somewhere, one of the news outlets reported that the U.S. government was going to give them $300 billion in order to end the war. So then people were like, he's stupid. He's giving them all of this money. The same critics were like, he's stupid. How he started this war and now he's giving them all this money. And then the ties with him and Israel became severed, and then people were like, see, he can't figure out what he's doing. And then he comes out and he's like, no, we never agreed to give them $300 billion. In fact, we're probably going to bomb them again. And then people were like, oh, you can't do it. And just like the back and forth on this whole thing. And I was like, can you guys not see that like 90% of the information you get about the president right now on both sides is just pure made up fake in order to create a reaction from you.
Right.
And so it's like, so the whole $300 billion thing didn't exist.
Yep.
It was put out somewhere.
Right.
Never existed. We never agreed to give them $300 billion. But also, the fact that you'd believe that he would give Iran $300 billion, but he's a puppet of Israel at the same time.
Yeah.
Those two things cannot be true at the same time. And oh my gosh, the whole thing was just comedic.
I did see a thing that said right now we're living in a country of misinformed people trying to convince everybody they're uninformed. And I was like,
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And nobody taking ownership of like, okay, so here's the thing. If you see it on social media, I don't care what source you think it's coming from. Do your own diligence and fact check it before you present it as though it is a fact. Or just present it as though you found it on social media. Because if somebody says, hey, I saw this thing on social media. Dude, I don't know what to think about it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah. I'm going to look it up.
I'll check
but
it
if
out.
somebody says, hey, this is a fact. I know this. And and then they say it. I'm like, whoa, there's no way. That's great. And then, so like even my reactions.
If I see something on social media that I feel the need to comment on, like if it has anything to do with something that I don't know about, well, I will go look it up, with my cursor blinking before I go comment.
Yeah.
Like 60% of the time, I'll go back and just I'll start to type and I'll be like, you know what, this isn't worth it, and then I'll delete it. And I'll back out and keep scrolling anyway. But I just don't understand how people are comfortable with just saying stuff.
And Tanner and I share things with the assumption that this is social media.
Yeah.
And if there's any question, I'll even put in there, I'll be like, I don't know if this is true or not, but it was interesting.
Yeah, but it's interesting.
Or, hey,
Ignore the first half of
the video, but it's hilarious if you get to the 30 seconds. Or hey, the comments on this are hilarious. Like we point out what we're looking at.
I would venture to
we're
say
very
that
purposeful with that.
One of my probably top 5 or 10 most repeated phrases on this podcast are, I didn't look into this. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah.
Or
I didn't really dig into this, but
this is what I saw while scrolling through the dopamine app.
Exactly. So the last thing I was going to say about the whole reason I brought all of that up was, did you see that the U.S. government raised Israel to a critical high risk, which is the highest risk, because they were caught spying on high-ranking U.S. officials?
Yeah. Did we mention that last week?
We might have.
I feel like we did.
Yeah, because we talked about
repeating.
Well, I would say we mentioned a few things that we didn't focus, because the focus wasn't. We didn't do current events very well last week. And the only reason I even brought current events up was just it might have been 2 weeks ago.
Patreon. Did we do Patreon last week?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I remember us talking about how Israel openly spies on us, but this is different because these are high level spying now.
Yeah, and last week the whole point of it was just getting to know them better to our audience. I had a listener. I don't know if he cares if I share his name or not, so I won't. But we have a listener who reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, caught this thing and just want you to know I'm in the lab now, or in the insane labs." And I was like, "What'd you get?" And he's like, "I got this and this and this and this, and they also sent me this. I don't know if I want that. If you want it, you can have it." And I was like, "You're hooked, bud."
Yeah, you're part of the asylum.
You figured out how amazing these guys are. But anyway, that's funny. Half of my agenda was just to try to convince you guys that, like, hey, seriously, if you take supplements, gosh, I will say this, after listening to the show, I went ahead and bought another tub of protein because I don't want to pay $14 a pound. Oh my gosh. Next quarter, he said on the show, that totally random. I'm sorry. We're all over the place. It's cool.
We're
way all over the place.
Whatever.
But yeah, when I was listening back to it, and he said that, and so I calculated it out, and so if it costs them $14.60 a pound, $15 a pound, and those are 5-pound tubs, that's $80 that it costs them
just
to make it.
Yeah, just to
and
make
right now you can buy those for $35
They're gonna
on
have
the
to figure
TikTok
out
shop.
other ways to get protein.
Yeah, because I don't
know, because nobody's
going to pay that much.
You got to be a professional to be paying that much for
that. I don't do
protein.
that stuff. If I do buy whey protein, I'm definitely not going to overuse it like I do right now.
Yeah.
Because right now it's my breakfast and my lunch half the time. You know,
agree.
Because I'm like, I don't have time to cook something
Just go
healthy.
get some steak if I'm going to be paying that.
Right. At that price.
Yeah.
Like for $80,
Man.
dude, that's more than $1 a serving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You could literally buy anyway.
So
So I went ahead and bought another toe. I'm probably gonna way
there you go.
overstock.
Sounds
Way
good.
until next
Do
quarter.
it. Do it. Scalp. Don't scalp. On a more fun but equally stupid topic note. Words are hard. Nick's one.
Yeah, I'm glad. That was good. I'm not glad.
Just say why?
Because
Dude,
Wimby's gonna win like 5
Well,
championships.
yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not. It's not that I'm disappointed that Spurs lost. I'm a little bit disappointed Spurs lost just because they were the ones to take down the Thunder, and so I kind of wanted them to win it.
Yeah, but that just shows you that the Thunder were that far off.
But holy crap, New York, get it together!
Oh gosh,
dude,
their response to winning. Why? In what world?
It didn't matter if they won or lost. Either. That's the thing. Right?
Like as a sports fan.
What is wrong with you?
When your team wins, your response is to go and turn over cars?
Yeah.
Disassemble school buses.
Why?
When the Broncos won that Super Bowl, I was in college. People were destroying cars. And
did you see the video? There was people walking down the street with half a school bus hood.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, if your response to your team winning a championship is to start a car fire downtown,
there's something wrong with you.
I'm sorry, but I'm just come in real close. I'm going to whisper in your ear, okay?
Listen.
Well, how far on was that?
I'm sorry.
Why do I always have to edit your things? Okay, give me a second to write that down.
Mi apologia.
Okay. All right, come back. All right,
Okay. I'm here. I'm listening.
We had to edit.
Okay, I'm listening.
Go sit on your hands.
Okay.
Or touch some grass.
Okay.
And stop being an idiot for the rest of us. Because if I'm in Denver and the Broncos win the Super Bowl, I want to be able to go downtown and just hang out with people and celebrate.
Yeah.
I don't want to be afraid that you're going to start my car on fire in the process.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I turned down the wrong road because I don't know Denver very well. Oh, my car is going to get trashed because the Broncos won the Super Bowl. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
You know who doesn't have that problem?
Oh my gosh. I wish I had something better to say with the whisper because I was like, I got everybody's attention.
It was good.
And then I didn't have anything.
It was good.
I should have thought it through a little bit better.
You know who doesn't have that problem? Friggin' Nebraska in Memorial Stadium. They hosted Banana Ball. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And apparently it was great. Everybody was super happy with that.
Did you see the thing about the car getting towed?
Yes, I did.
Did you see that?
No.
Over the loudspeakers, they announced 3 different times if you're the owner of a blue Jeep with license plates, whatever county, blah, 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 you come move your car. And after the 3rd time, they were like, we have no choice, but your car is going to be towed. And then it was the Banana Ball team. They were touching their toes all over the car. Which obviously we know that's probably a setup for funsies, but it was still hilarious because it caught me off guard because I was like,
I was like, are they actually going to show someone's car getting towed? And then they're just, I was like,
That's
what?
Awesome.
Oh,
that was funny.
Those games they're ridiculous. They're fun. They're talking about a whole league that it's just ridiculous fun, like baseball.
Yeah. I would go play against
super
Banana
talented
Ball
people, by the way.
If they sent like the Banana
like
Ball
next
C
level,
team,
like Globetrotters.
I was gonna say it's like Globetrotters, but baseball. Yeah. They have a lot of fun.
So the Knicks winning. Did you see Elmo got destroyed on social media for his little comment after the Knicks won? Did you see that? Elmo got. Oh man, because Elmo said that was a really fun championship. I hope both teams really enjoyed themselves, and the New York fans went nuts on Elmo. They're like, pick a side. You're from New York, son. And they were like,
Are we for real?
They blew up Elmo's social media because he said, I hope everybody had fun on Elmo.
I saw a lot of Philly fans being like, I don't want to hear it ever again. I don't want to hear it.
That's crazy.
That's the most New York thing ever.
New York, man.
Oh, man.
It's hard to believe that's a real place. That's a GTA
real.
server. That's a GTA server.
I'm also loving, and I don't
New York fans, we love you. New York pop fans.
A little bit.
He does not speak for me. Fight me. Did you
I was gonna say, if they do like our
Did you see
podcast,
the Spurs fan that was like 1v500ing? You didn't see that? There was this Spurs fan, and he was surrounded by, like, I'm not kidding, probably 500 Knicks fans, and he was just going, man. Like, he was just swinging. The cops escorted him out. Like, they didn't arrest him. They just were, like, getting him out of there. He was going, and, like, nobody would take him 1v1. Like, they were all trying to freaking, like, get behind him and, like, swerve. Brother was fighting for his life, literally. It was amazing. You should see if you can find that. It's great.
The one thing that I'm loving right now about social media is all of the foreigners coming to America and finding out, like, why Americans love America. Because I feel like most foreigners, when they come over to America, they go visit New York or LA.
Yeah.
And those are like, I love my New York and my LA people, but like
those going to the Midwest,
Seattle, you know, even Dallas,
they're not
even
real
Denver,
places.
That's
They're
not
real
America.
places. No.
The cities is not America. It's not what has made America America.
Yeah.
What has made America America is the 8-hour drive across Texas, the 6-hour drive across, you know,
eating at the small, like, mom and pop cafe
that gives you way more food than you could imagine you eat, that is just made phenomenally with no preservatives, is fresh
runs
made.
a ranch.
Exactly. I've been promoting that to the. I've been promoting that hard to the Insane Labs guys, and they just everybody just gives me crap. But I'm like, hey, and then but then I throw out the hey, just so you know, a Nebraskan invented ranch, and then they were like, but it was in California, yeah, but it was in Nebraskan.
They also invented Kool-Aid.
It was in Nebraska. Yep.
Nebraska invented Kool-Aid.
That's true.
Yep.
In 911.
Yep.
And that's about it.
Phil thinks that.
There's actually quite a few. There's actually quite a few cool inventions in Nebraska.
I remember learning about that in social studies.
And then like, did you ever watch the Taco Fiend on TikTok where he did the trip across America and tried tacos in all 50 states? Yeah. And the one thing that was crazy about that is like literally everywhere he went, other than maybe like 2 states, he actually found really good taco places. It's like but anyway. And
then there's Lexington.
But the funny thing was when the people from Europe found out we have heat. And they're like, the players were dying of heat, like heat stroke and stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't even above 80 degrees yet.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, this is the preheat season.
Do you remember?
We're not even in summer yet.
Do you remember
guys.
a few years ago, the UK had like a nasty heat wave and everybody was like freaking out because like, oh, it's going to be whatever Celsius. And Americans are like, let me convert that real quick. 76 degrees. What? Because brother, we're still wearing jackets.
So I love the responses on some of their videos that's like, now you understand why we ask for ice and air conditioning everywhere we go. That's why we have these things.
Yeah,
it's true. It's too funny. Josh from England all of his videos are like, see, I told you. All of my fans from Europe, you guys doubted, but now you know I was right. You were wrong.
Was that the guy that went off on like how big Texas is?
Yes.
I thought so.
He's the one when he went back to Europe, he was talking about, he's like, we won't go visit family because they're 2 hours away.
Like 3 hours.
And he's like, Americans will drive 2 hours to go to Walmart.
Yep.
Like,
I was just telling somebody that
2 hours.
People, all my listeners from Valentine, that's you.
Yeah.
That is you. You drive 2 hours.
I was just telling somebody I would drive 2.5
Walmart.
hours for a sandwich.
I was going to say,
I'll
drive an hour
2 hours for Steel Grill.
Yeah, dude. I'll drive an hour and a half just for my preferred burger over another burger.
Oh, it's like it's date night. Oh yeah, we're gonna drive to the Steel Grill.
Yeah.
You know, date night we're gonna drive up to Rapid City. Go to Taco Bell. You know? It's so stupid.
Yes. Correct.
And it's like, and it won't even phase us.
I've driven an hour for my preferred energy drink.
Yep.
I've driven to the Maverick Junction at Hot Springs. I will drive there just because they have the energy drinks.
There's a comedian.
I drive 20-hour trips because I don't feel like dealing with airport security.
I drove 13 hours for a set of rims.
Yeah.
There's a comedian from France that came over here and he's talking about, he came here and somebody was like, he was in California. And he's like, well, you should just go to Vegas while you're there. Just drive. It's only like 4 or 5 hours. And he was like, in France, we drive 4 or 5 hours. We're in Turkey.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. It's like they can't quite comprehend it because their countries are smaller than our states.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, that's why we don't have passports very much in America is because like, okay, I could fly to France or I could drive to anywhere in America.
Yeah.
You know?
And let's be honest, some places in America are like a whole other country.
Whoa,
It is.
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
My favorite thing is the realization of that, being like, I thought Americans didn't travel because they don't leave America. But they're like, this is literally, you have 10 countries in America.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It really is.
It is.
You have everything.
Yeah.
Well, I consider we're in western Nebraska, so we're kind of in like the Rocky Mountain range.
Right.
Yeah.
Our quick trips for like travel are always to the mountains.
Yeah.
Like Yellowstone, even
Or
like
the Black Hills or
Black Hills,
Bighorns,
you know, Denver, you know, like that's our quick weekend getaway.
Yeah.
And the region, because of that, I feel like that's where the Rocky Mountain region.
And there's almost a line in the U.S. where there's nothing in the middle, and we have to cross that line to get to the eastern.
Yeah.
Yes. So we typically try to go.
So we go west.
Yeah. But and then you go to the east of that line. Right. Then there's a line that splits like straight through like
Oklahoma.
No, I was thinking farther east, but
I
was going to say through like Iowa or something. And you've got like the north and then the south.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember going to Arkansas. My Arkansas listeners are going to love this, but I remember going to Arkansas the first time, and I was like, "Where did we go? I'm going to get stabbed at the gas station." Like, what world did we end up? Because it's so different there.
Yeah.
And it's crazy seeing like these houses that are like rough with like brand spanking new like Corvettes parked outside.
Yeah.
And whereas in Nebraska, you tend to see more like this really nice house, but their house poor, and so their car is like a 1992 Corolla.
Right.
You know, it's like the opposite cultures. But anyway, totally random.
Don't hate on the 92 Corolla.
Not at all. I mean, if it runs, it runs. If it runs, it runs.
No, I get. Yeah, you're absolutely
200,000 miles brand new on a 92 Corolla.
Exactly. But culturally, it is so funny, and But anyway, and then just like you hit that divide where all of a sudden like they have you have an accent, and they no longer because you know what I'm saying because it's so like I remember driving down visiting
lack of
family.
accent is an accent.
Yeah, driving down seeing family, and we crossed the line, and I go into the gas station. They were like, "What? You're not from around here, are you?" And I was like, how could you tell? I was like, oh yeah, when I talk. Like, but anyway, totally random.
It's the default setting. I didn't adjust to the culture.
Yeah. Did I have any? The last thing I was gonna talk about before we get into the episode was just that I mentioned it last week. Oh yeah, we didn't do the big fresh.
We'll get that next.
But I talked about it briefly last week, but my brain still's wrapping around this, that the Holy Roman Empire fell in 1806.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't get over that.
Yeah.
Is this a Mandela thing? Because I could have swore people talked about how it only lasted like 200 years. Clearly it didn't only last 200 years.
Okay. Rome versus Holy Roman Empire. I'm not I'm not enough of a history buff. Those aren't.
As I got older and I started crossing different countries' histories, it's crazy how much stuff overlaps. That
when did the Holy Roman Empire begin?
Yeah, because a lot of history.
I'm gonna.
We learn them in a very linear way, and then we forget that some of these overlapped in other countries.
800 AD.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Am I guessing the number?
Yes.
Okay. 21.
Not quite.
Oh.
Mike.
Old number? Here,
let me-
give him the... 27.
No.
72.
7.
Oh.
Oh, I had the 7 right.
Hey. All right. Step boldly into new horizons.
You nailed it.
Yes.
He didn't nail it. What you got, Mike?
I'm
I
gonna
like this
say,
one. This is my favorite one I've seen.
The in a sky full of stars. ...
Be-
You're ugly.
you don't need to be seen to make an impact. I dig that one. I like
good.
that
I
one.
like that
one.
That's
Yeah.
my
really good,
favorite.
actually.
That's my favorite that I've heard on here. I like that one. I'm gonna keep that. This doesn't go in the Bigfoot mug. Mine.
Stolen.
Stealing affirmations.
Stolen.
But yeah, anyway, the Holy Roman Empire didn't fall until,
So
the 1800s. which is
thousand years.
crazy to me, yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, I thought that it fell about the time that it started, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, good times.
Meh.
That was fun.
Meh.
Good notes.
Meh.
All right. All right. This week we did the Appalachians again, and we realized after the show got done that we only did things in the South. So we were like, hey, we could do an episode on the North. And then we did get a specific request from a Patreon supporter to look up stuff in specifically Kentucky and specifically in Kentucky. So we might do that at another point. But today we're talking about the North. So
The
we've got
accents are
just
different
some.
in the North.
So we're looking up the lore and tales from the North. My goodness, there's a lot.
Yep.
I can't believe we didn't come up with a single one from the North on our last episode by accident.
Right.
There's some crazy stuff. So to get started, I'll start with one, and then just as we have time, we can figure them out.
Cool.
So this one, the first one that I found is kind of crazy. It's called the 7 Gates of Hell.
Okay. Good. Right
Pennsylvania.
out the gate.
Right off the bat.
All right. Okay.
Gate.
you see that?
So the lore of this one is kind of wild, and so it's quote unquote been disproven, but also not disproven, and but also disproven, but not disproven. And so, like, I don't know what to believe on it, to be honest. Right. But so the legend of this, basically, the story of it is that there's outside of the township of Hellam, Pennsylvania, that there are 7 gates, and one of them is visible at daytime. The rest are only visible at night once you've passed through the first gate. And the idea is that as you pass through these gates, what you begin to see changes. And it's almost like once you pass through the first gate, the things like the Wendigo and skinwalkers and stuff like that begin to appear. And as you continue passing through the gates, it gets more and more horrific. And allegedly, nobody has passed through even the 5th gate because it gets so terrifying that they end up freaking out and running back or whatever.
Yeah.
So who made it to 7?
Nobody, but they know that there's 7 gates.
How do they
Just because they're based off of actual gates that were built. So this is the legend, okay? But this legend has, quote unquote, allegedly been disproven, okay?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, the legend
So
is...
there was a small, but part of me wonders where the truth is of this, because it seems the history of it is horrific enough that I could see them trying to like say it didn't exist.
Yeah.
But locals talk about how like their relatives confirmed that this was a real story that happened.
Yeah.
Back in like talking the 1800s level of time period. So outside this town, the legend is that outside of this town, there was an insane asylum. And it was a really small insane asylum, and it was just jam-packed full of people. It was just a real small building, and just and as insane asylums were back then, just horrific conditions.
Yeah.
And there was a doctor who was making money off of all these patients, so he kept bringing in more and more patients. And eventually it got to the point where they the insane asylum patients eventually revolted, overthrew, broke out of the insane asylum. According to the debunking, this insane asylum never existed. But according to locals, it did. And so it's one of those, he said, she said, we don't know whether it actually existed or not. There's a good possibility that this is just pure lore legend. But so allegedly they escaped, and when they escaped, the owner, the doctor, was trying to round them all up and get them all back in and stuff. And the patients started doing more and more like crazy things. And eventually it got to the point where the doctor of the insane asylum decided the only way forward is to take them all out. And so he built structures around the facility, and there were 7 gates, and he used the gates, and the gates became smaller and smaller and smaller. And so he used the gates in order to kind of corral the patients into closer and closer areas so that they could just take them out. And so some of the locals believe that the gates really existed, but because they're tied to such a horrific event that they became like portals, some locals say that just it's the lore behind a real tragedy that happened, and it was a horrific thing. But according to the local government, there was never an insane asylum outside of this town. But it goes to that place where it's like, to what level would a local government try to protect their town if they did have a rogue doctor that they had paid who went psycho and unalived all of his patients at an insane asylum? Because as time would tell, we would start to realize that these guys weren't actually insane. 90% of insane asylum patients back then weren't actually insane. Right. And so as time would tell, if I was a local government, I would try to cover that up.
Okay, just real quick to kind of... This is a weird theory, weird thought that I'm having. Okay, so we've kind of talked before about the idea that people who are on the spectrum or have certain other mental differences kind of tend to have a little bit more clear access to or perception of the supernatural. Yes?
Yeah.
Do you think that part of the reason that those places, like insane asylums, had so many legends of like supernatural stuff taking place? Yeah, like, do you think it's because you have a high concentration of people that see things outside of our reality? Do you think that could be a thing?
I don't know. So imagine all the things we've talked about on this show. So just another down that same rabbit hole.
Yeah.
These people that are in these programs doing the remote viewing, doing all the opening portals, all the stuff that we, all these legends have said, and all these old documents and things they were looking into end up in the insane asylums in the late 1800s. That many concentrated people with those abilities in those buildings over, because we always assume that insane asylums are considered some of the most haunted places in America.
Right. That's what I'm
paranormal, stuff. But what if it's not? What if it's not ghosts and spirits? What if it's just that psychic energy just gets vortex there because we stuck so many people that.
Yeah. That's kind of a similar line to what I'm thinking
that's what
of.
that's what made me think of when you said that. Yeah. I don't know. Interesting.
That's something I never would have thought of
I
until
don't know
we
that
had
I've
some of
ever
our
heard
other.
anybody think of that.
It just
make that connection.
Yeah, that's a.
I mean, we were the first ones I know of that made that connection of the insane asylums with people being silenced.
Right.
You know, too.
Well, and do you think? Yeah, I'm wondering how far back some of that experimentation goes to what you're saying with like people psychic experimentation of like, oh, these people, and do you think like before the government really got their fingers into it that maybe that's what a lot of insane asylums was just like, we're just gonna this person has different like sees the world different, they're crazy, just put them in a building that, and we're just gonna say, hey, they're not fit to be in society, we'll take care of them, and then doing that kind of experimentation. Just a cover.
I can see that. Yeah, well, look at like during like witch trials and things, how many of them either were like speaking out against someone and so they got accused of being a witch, didn't do anything magic, they just got called out for being a witch, or they were doing some holistic medical stuff outside of the realm of what was being done, and so that's witchcraft. You know, yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. This was the 1800s, apparently. That's what I was looking up, Tanner.
Yeah.
This insane asylum apparently existed in the 1800s, supposedly burned down early 1900s.
Yep. And so it would have been during that time period.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, in 1972, there was a road called the Toad Road. Which was wiped out by Hurricane Agnes, which would have any gates. And so the legend is that any gates physically that were standing were wiped out by the hurricane anyway. And now there's no remnants of even the walls and stuff like that. But again, a further goes to, but if there was never the insane asylum, there was never the gates, why would it matter if these things were wiped out in 1972? And there's just a lot of just weird. So the alleged insane asylum existed at that point, but according to the local government, there was never an insane asylum there.
Right.
That's weird. So a couple things, my conspiracy theory brain goes to I don't necessarily believe in the 7 gates of hell, but what if a local government is actually trying to cover up a massacre that happened that was real? So anyway, I don't know.
Do they deny that there was ever a building, or just that the building was an insane asylum, or both?
There's lots of old industrial buildings from what I saw that people claim are the old remnants of the old insane asylum, but the local documentation says that they're industrial buildings that burned down.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them. These industrial,
makes you wonder.
The average for a small town. But
makes you wonder.
Yeah. What if, what if, putting this in like a real world perspective, what if these people are put in the insane asylum because they don't want them talking? And then to drive them more insane, we create these just gates in the woods, and we tell them we go through these gates, things get scarier. And then we've got people on the other side of these gates in these costumes freaking them out as they walk through the gates.
Oh, you're going full Scooby-Doo.
I know. I don't know. My brain is going 1,000 different directions right now with this thing. That's a great story.
What if the things they're seeing were just the demons that were haunting the patients?
I mean, that's possible too.
There's a lot. There's a lot of what it could be.
Ways that could go.
Giving them little hallucinogenics, and they're seeing demons.
Yeah, drugs always make it interesting. Drugs.
You never know. Yeah.
Regardless, I'm not going through that gate.
No, not the original
gate in the woods.
Gate.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to leave that gate.
And
alone.
there is an actual gate that is physically you can see that does exist. So there is a gate to something.
I ain't going.
But they claim it's to the industrial whatever.
Yeah, that it's an old. It's an old door.
What happens if you go around the gate? What happens if you go through the wrong way?
You just go around them all. Just like you just climb over the top of them.
Yeah. You just don't go through, but you go past.
Yeah.
What if I go through the other way? What if I hop the fence and then go through?
Then you come out in the 4th dimension.
Yeah, then you're
6th dimension.
No, then it's a loop and you instantly go to hell.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because it backward, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause it loops you back.
I don't know
to
if
the
I
front.
believe that theory, but I'm not testing it.
Automatically pass go. Door only opens one way.
Okay. All right. What did you guys find? I've got one more for sure that I want to share today, and then 3 more if we have time.
I just kind of, I looked into like local witches and things like that, and like local like superstitions and stuff. So I don't got a whole lot, but the witches there. It's interesting because depending on who you talk to, the same person living in the woods could be seen as a witch or could be seen as a healer. Most of the witches in the area were self-proclaimed. They were Christian based, apparently. The actual physical, like people you could actually meet that were people would call witches. Now we're not talking about like the Bell Witch or any of the, the scary witches. But the thing that made them get labeled as witches was that they were not following the mainstream, like local religious groups. And so they would label them as witches because they lived in the woods by themselves. But if somebody got sick or something they couldn't figure out, they would take them to those healers and they would use things from the woods, to heal them. And then of course, it was witchcraft. Now they have demons, and it was a whole cultural thing.
Yeah.
Mirrors kind of caught my attention. So in Appalachia, mirrors people put in their homes, they put mirrors across from the entrance to their house. And the reason is if a demon comes to your door and you accidentally invite it in, it'll see the reflection and it walks right back out of your house. Also, mirrors facing each other in a room.
Trap them?
Opens a portal.
Oh.
So you don't
That's not at all what I thought.
No, so you don't want mirrors opposite from one another. So I don't know. Some of the mirror stuff was interesting.
Okay.
In northern Appalachians, a lot of the people paint their door frames. They paint their door frames light blue, like sky blue. And the reason they do that is because demons can't cross water. And so they're trying to fool the demons into thinking that the doorway is made out of water.
Huh.
There's a lot of salt around doors, salt around houses,
Sure. Yep.
the whole salting thing. It's kind of an interesting combination of Christianity and other cultures because it's such a mixed culture of people that came over from Europe and freed slaves and Native Americans and everything. So all those cultures kind of meld together, and then you stick a cap of Christianity on top of that, and you get some interesting things like that. But
Interesting.
I just started at the top. So Maine seemed
literally at the top.
I was like, where's North Appalachia? Okay, Maine. Okay. And I find there was a ton of like random little urban legends with just very little foundation or basis that I saw. Maine seems to have a lot of haunted hotels.
Yeah,
that's a thing. So if I ever go to Maine, I'm not staying in a hotel that was built before like 1990 or something. I don't know. It's just me. I'm not gonna do that.
It is what it is.
And then I got to Vermont and I found one that was rather interesting to me. Are y'all familiar with the Pig Man of Vermont?
Fill us in.
Okay, you found a different one than me, I think.
Okay, so there was a couple of there was one primary version that seems to be recurring, and then there was another thing that it might be related, but it was kind of conveyed a little bit differently. So in 1951, and I don't remember if it was on Halloween or if it was just a Halloween themed thing, but this kid named Sam Harris went out with some eggs, presumably to egg somebody's house or something. I don't know. He's going to do some mischievous crap because he's 17. It's 1950s.
Just making assumptions about teenagers, man.
Yeah,
maybe he was just
going to be a goober.
To his grandmother's house.
Maybe he's taking his grandma some eggs. You know what? I'm sorry, Sam. I didn't mean it. Don't turn me into a pig man. Please. I didn't mean it. But anyway, so he took off from home and never came back. Just disappeared. Wow. Now I never found. I didn't do a ton of looking, so I could have just missed it. But I never found any like missing persons reports from this. I have no idea if there's any validity to this whatsoever. But it's a recurring story. So a few years later, I don't know when the sightings by other people were, but I know in 1971, a farmer claimed to have heard something outside his door in the late evening and stepped out with a flashlight. And there was just a big, white, hairy dude with the head of a pig. And apparently they spooked each other. Farmer was like, and took off the other way, headed back inside. Was get his shotgun or whatever. But Pigman took off. Never saw him again. But then the sightings started to ramp up, I guess. I don't know. Somebody, it was like a few days later, I think, some like high school students saw a similar thing in the woods nearby. And so then, of course, once an urban legend like that starts up, then everybody's seeing it. I don't know how many legitimate sightings, quote unquote legitimate, there have been over the years, but a lot of people have claimed to have seen it. And at least a couple of people have claimed that some of the features and or clothing of Sam were on said Pigman. So,
So, speaking of the Pigman, I'll talk very briefly about the Squonk.
the Squonk.
It's a great name, Squonk.
Okay. So in Pennsylvania, this is considered the saddest cryptid that exists in Pennsylvania. And I would guess
It
anywhere,
almost sounds like like the sound he would make.
There was one other thing in
Probably.
Vermont. Tanner, what was the name of
Squonk.
when we
Squonk.
when we did triangles? There was a triangle in Vermont. Yeah. Do you remember the name of it? Because I think I came
It was
across
named
it.
Bridgewater. Was it Bridgewater Triangle?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. I don't remember
Look it
if I came across that one again or if it was a different one.
Yeah, I
I'm
forgot
not
about
about
that.
that. But regardless.
So the
Anywho.
Squonk, it's described as a super pitiful pig-like creature that it has loose, sagging skin, warts, and deformities all over. It's so unfortunate looking that even the creature itself can't stand its own reflection. Then, on top of that, the legends first appear in the 20th century with lumberjacks. So lumberjacks are apparently citing this Squonk.
Yeah.
And it's such a weird creature that when you catch it, it doesn't like fight back or do anything. It just dissolves into like a goo, leaving you with like a bag that was its skin. But I think one of the weird lores about it was, and I couldn't find the actual source, but what it seemed like was that if you did catch it, its sorrow and depression was transferred onto you.
Oh, you become a Squonk.
So then you become the Squonk, basically.
You know, when you said it had an unfortunate look, I'm just thinking like, how do I look today? And be like, you look really unfortunate. That's a new one.
So it's more of like an infected type thing. Like it'll infect you.
Maybe, but that last
Or
part,
possession, maybe.
that last part of it was I only saw something like once, and then I couldn't find the source again. So that might not be part of the legend, but that would make sense why they would actually like fear the Squonk.
Right.
But anyway, that's the Squonk. That's literally all there is about the Squonk.
Fear the Squonk.
Yep. This is true.
Yep.
I did find there's quite a few.
Fear the Squonk.
Fear the
I did it
Squonk.
all for the noogie. Fear the Squonk.
Unfortunate looks. Squonk, squonk, squonk.
Tell me you can't hear Frederick. Squonk.
Squonk, squonk.
I guarantee Tanner's going to write a Squonk song after we're done.
You know what? I'm prompting it right now. I'm gonna go.
Guarantee. Listen on the Discord for the new Squonk song about to drop.
I gotta write it down, otherwise I'll forget.
Fear the Squonk.
Fear the Squonk. Yes. I'm in already. I haven't even heard it.
Okay, I will make this song. It's gonna happen today. At some point, I will write it. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to the Squonk. The Squonk's just kind of a sad bag of warts. Like, that's what it is.
Read all about it in your history books.
Stop it. Okay. All right. I don't know even why I try to wrangle you guys in. Yeah, it's weird not being the source of the problem on this.
I know.
Usually I'm the one running with it. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, I want to. Did you have any more?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I've got a few more.
Playing off you guys.
So another one that I want to talk about. This one is tough because it's like it's a real guy that had a real life that became a lore afterwards. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this guy is his name is Charlie, and he's called the nickname of him is Charlie No Face, the Green Man of Western Pennsylvania. And so
I came across this very briefly. I didn't look into it.
Yeah, so this guy's name was let me find the real name. Where was it at?
Charles.
So Raymond Theodore Robinson,
Charles.
which I don't know how you get Charles from that, but
It's short for Raymond Robert.
yeah, Raymond Robinson.
Robinson.
Dude, some people there's weird nicknames that are like that. They're like,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
you know, but anyway,
Ray No Face doesn't have the same ring to it,
yeah,
so they had to throw another name on it.
Rob, that's it for real though. So this dude, when he was young, he got caught on an electrical line, and it like literally ended up melting. Like it melted his face off.
His face.
There's a picture of him.
I've seen that movie.
Like, look at
Oh yeah, I've seen that
actually,
picture before.
yeah.
Oh.
So it like literally actually like
Yeah, it literally like fused the skin.
Yeah, electricity's not to be toyed with, folks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
that'll do some
find
damage.
the amount, but the fact that he lived, the doctors called it a miracle, and I had it written down somewhere, but I don't see where I wrote it. But it was like a miracle that he lived amount of electricity.
Yeah.
Just full blown. Anyway, so he, as he grew up, he started to realize, like, you know what, life's just easier not being in society.
Right.
And so he would wait until the nighttime, and at night he would go for walks. And I imagine not being able to see, probably had to stick to main roads.
Yeah.
Or would find himself just kind of wandering at some point, finding a road and just going. And so people began seeing him out late at night if they were out, and kind of jarring, not going to lie, like just realistically speaking.
Yeah.
You drive by somebody who looked like that at 2 in the
night,
morning.
Yeah.
I'm not stopping.
Yeah, if you don't know who that is,
yeah.
Right.
if you don't know who that is and you go by that, you think you just saw something super like that is disturbing.
Yeah.
That freaky.
But the legend that has persisted since then, though, has changed a little bit in that now there's somebody with no face that glows green that wanders the roads. And it's not anything that they claim is like evil or anything like that. It's just kind of offsetting.
Right.
And we're driving down the road, and then
doesn't
somebody
fit.
glowing green without a face is just there. And their theory of the legend is that he was charged with so much electricity that now the electricity part of him is still wandering the roads. Kind of thing. I don't know. It's but it's grown into a big lore of people citing him, and apparently like sightings still occur. His accident happened he passed away in 1985. His accident happened in the 20s, and so
Dude, made it 60.
2034. Yeah, he lived 66 years after his accident.
Wow.
So, just kind of a crazy story that turned into an urban legend that still that his soul, his spirit, his electricity still wanders the area. and is known as the Green Man of Western Pennsylvania.
They couldn't have just called him Electric Ray or something like that.
Nope.
X-Ray?
Charlie No
I mean,
Face.
come on. Who's coming up with these nicknames?
Robbie
X-Ray would have been
Robbie Ray?
The Green Man? That's boring.
Yeah, right? No-face Green Man?
Charlie No Face, okay.
That's cool.
The Green Man.
Come on, man. Seriously, call him X-Ray. What are we doing?
For real, dude.
Where was this? Pennsylvania, you said?
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Pennsylvania, y'all lack creativity. Charlie No Face.
The crazy thing, because like locals knew him and like he was a legend, like in a good way,
he was,
locally.
Yeah, sure.
But the lore after he passed, and so it's like it makes you kind of wonder though if there's not something to the lore that has occurred afterwards, because the people who were local would have known him and loved him. He would have been a legend.
Right.
When he passed away, you
wouldn't expect them to like
create a fake lore.
Yeah, it's not something you do for. Yeah,
it kind of makes you wonder if there isn't something that has. So my thought process, the way I think of these things, what if there is something demonic,
right,
that has that? I mean, and
maybe
like
it's just an imitation kind of.
And
thing.
think about all of those walks, and this is going to get real fast. So like each one of those walks. So he decided he was going to start walking at night to avoid people being able to see him. He didn't want people to see him. That's a depression, rejection. Like there's a lot of emotion that he probably felt on those late nights taking a walk.
Yeah.
That's a lot of opportunity for something demonic to begin to influence and to begin affecting the area. When people saw him, now they see him and the demonic things that are trying to influence things around him.
Yeah.
So it could grow into something bigger. And then when he passed, it's possible that the demonic was like, no, we're going to run with this thing.
Yeah.
And created this lore. It's possible. Makes you wonder.
It does.
But that got real fast. And
real.
All right, I have two more.
Okay.
All right.
We're good.
Oh, we're great on time.
We're doing good.
Shoot. This one, I wasn't sure if I want to talk about it just because I can't pronounce it. All right.
I mean, you mispronounce
Spell
things
it.
all the time. It's fine.
Monongy.
Monongy?
See, you sound stupid. Monongy? Monon.
Dun, 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 dun.
Monongy.
Bum, ba, dum, bum.
The Mongolian River. So it's the Monongy.
Monongy?
Is
Monongahela.
the Monongahela. So the name of the river is Monongahela. Monongahela. Hey, that's right. That's right. Monongahela. Monongahela. Sounds like a greeting in like.
Wait,
Greek.
is there a
Monongahela?
Is there a vowel between the G and the H?
I bet it's based on. I bet it's
Monongahela?
based on some native language. To be honest,
Probably.
like Appalachia is based on a misunderstanding.
Oh, now I'm making fun of Native American lore. Now I feel bad.
It's the creature that lives there. It's not. You're not making fun of the river, so it's fine.
Monongahela. It sounds like Donkashay. Like Monongahela.
Monongahela.
Monongahela. I'm horrible. Anyway, so the Monongy. So it's probably Monongy, not Monongy. Monongahela.
Mononphy. It's
Monongahela.
GH like rough. Mononphy.
Look up a thing on how to pronounce it, Mike.
Okay.
The Monongahela. Until then, I'm going to say it. Somebody somewhere is listening to this, cringing every letter I mispronounce.
You know
They're
what?
like, it's actually Monongy, and it's the Monongahela.
I get to do this because I grew up in Kippahaw County, and every time we would go to Quiz Bowl or anything, Keapaha is how they would say it. It's like,
because that's how it's spelled.
correct. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
Okay, so first off,
ouch.
it is Native American.
All right,
Native American word that means where the banks cave in to the river.
Oh, erosion.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
It's the
All right,
erosion
keep going,
monster.
keep going.
Anywho,
So this is the. How's it pronounced? That was all I asked.
Well, I hadn't looked up the Monongy one yet.
Oh, okay.
Monongahela.
I'll get there.
Monongahela.
Yeah.
Monongahela.
Monongahela. Monongahela.
And actually,
Can't do it.
the G was supposed to be a K, but it's a mispronunciation when they wrote it
Monongahela?
down.
Monongahela?
Monongahela.
Monongahela. Yeah.
That actually sounds legible.
Yeah.
Someone's hard to it.
Lobotomy?
It kind of say.
I'm sorry. What?
What is happening?
I felt,
speaking in tongues.
Call an ambulance.
I felt
speaking
left
in
out
tongues.
on the last joke, and so I decided to make my own. Okay,
Language?
it's just a dialect from the north.
Yes.
Okay.
We're creating our own dialect so we can be racist against the people. Racist against the people from the south. Because we were talking about earlier when we hit a line and they're like, "You're not from around here, are you?"
So it is Monongy.
Monongy.
Yeah.
Monongy. All right. Let's talk about the Monongy. Okay, so the Monongy is obviously, if you haven't deduced this, the Monongahela River Monster. This thing apparently is a half man, half fish.
Merman.
Yes.
Or is it the other way?
Which half?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Can
saying.
you imagine how terrifying that'd be? Like the fish on the top end
fish with legs.
human legs? Bro, absolutely terrifying.
So like off of like SpongeBob fish.
Yeah. Or like layered. Yeah.
Imagine a fish comes out. It's just one of the SpongeBob fish. You're just
Yeah.
like, what are you?
My leg!
Monongahela.
Monongy.
I tried to say it in the
Monongy
SpongeBob
Monster.
voice dialect. But anyway, so it's kind of connected
SpongeBob
to
dialect.
yeah. So it's annoying. Like all of the dialects are like annoying. Okay. Anyway, Bennett started watching SpongeBob, and anyway, so it connects to there's versions of this that pass from native lore to more modern stuff to the French and Indian War era. And apparently during the French and Indian War, there were people during the conflicts, and specifically like only during the conflicts, that they would see this thing. And oh, thank you for playing my foot.
That's weird for a second. Like, think about how often, like, weird cryptids pop up during conflict. Like, that's a fairly common thing.
I think that lends credibility
especially
to
ocean
the
cryptids.
demonic theory.
Yeah, interesting. Anyway, just want to point that out real quick.
Yeah.
It's tough because in the Monongahela River, there's actually there's a few different river monster lore. Mm-hmm. There's the Agua, which is
How very original. What a creative name.
What do you think the Agua look like? What does it look like?
Water.
So it's a massive turtle-like monster
Turtle? I was going to say a glob.
that
Been
allegedly
way off.
lives in the Monongahela River and nearby rivers. So the Monongy, there's actually quite a few different lore that have spawned from it, that it could be a few different river monsters or cryptids or whatever, because it makes you wonder, like, what are they actually seeing if they're seeing this half human, half fish, or
Jeremy Wade, let's find out.
or this giant like turtle-like creature that just makes waves. Maybe it's just a chubby Monongy. You know, like what is this thing?
I was going to say you're a chubby Monongy. Anyway, keep going.
So there's the devil dogs in the Monongahela River, which is a local name for the indigenous hellbender giant salamanders.
Yep.
Which apparently exist, but there's also myths about those, that they get huge and
that they
continue
monstrous,
to grow and all this other stuff, and that they
Salamanders are dope.
that they jack up the fishing lines and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different creatures that inhabit the Monongahela River, and there's not a whole lot written about them other than just they mostly kind of terrorize people on the river.
Yeah.
And that's about all there is to it. But it makes you wonder, what if I mean, if there's a bunch of different legends, what is actually there? Is it a species of fish that is it a giant salamander that is just jacking up?
That's I'm wondering too, because like salamanders can go back to their aquatic state, right? Or am I crazy?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
They can go back and forth, right? That's how we get like mud puppies.
They're
and
amphibious.
Stuff. Yeah, but I mean, like body wise, they can go back to their like tadpole form, right?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, because I was just thinking, what if they're like, what if they see one of the giant ones mid transformation?
Mud skippers can kind of do so. I think that's kind of what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
They're kind of they can be dried for a long time and then go back to water. Like they're very, very, very hardy, adaptive creatures. But no, I don't know of any that can like return to tadpole. They still have legs. They just keep that's kind of what salamanders are, right? They're just kind of like tadpoles with legs, just big,
basically.
Yeah, they kind of look
effectively
like slimy lizards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so that
Some Monongy.
one way or the other is kind of a weird thing that it's like it exists, but you know what
what is
it? And that's all that there really is to it. Just weird sightings. People spot weird looking fins, huge shadows. They talk about like time distortion, mechanical, like your device is not working correctly, all kinds of stuff when they apparently see this thing. And it's something we haven't talked a whole lot about on the show is like river cryptids and lake cryptids and stuff like that, because I don't know, I guess part of me, like maybe this is me just kind of now realizing this, but part of me is more skeptical of the lake cryptids than the non-lake cryptids for some reason. But if Bigfoot is interdimensional,
right,
then could a Monongahela or a Loch Ness be a cryptid sea creature?
Yeah. Yeah, just because we aren't in the ocean.
Right.
Doesn't mean that doesn't exist.
Or if Bigfoot is just a demon and ghosts and aliens are just demons, could demons just manifest themselves as lake monsters? So they would be a real thing.
Yeah.
But it's not an actual creature, that it is something demonic. It could be that too.
Right.
There's a lot of different possibilities that these lake creatures and river monsters and stuff could be.
Right. Well, and I think we're more accepting of water-based monsters because we know of some crazy looking and crazy, there's a whole TV show about river monsters where he goes and captures some of these crazy, fish with the big teeth and the, scary stuff. We know scary stuff exists in the ocean. We're not quite sure what exists scary-wise in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
But again, in the ocean, we don't know what else in the ocean.
Right.
I mean, the ocean's huge. We just know a tiny little bit of it. I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And the last creature, which I feel like I saved the best for last. So this is a Native American lore.
Okay.
These are the stone giants of the Howden.
Come on, get it.
We apologize on his behalf.
Haudenosaunee tribe.
That's how I would.
Which is the Iroquois Confederation.
Okay.
Became the Iroquois. Because Haudenosaunee is hard for white people to say. So we
obviously
just called them.
So they made
different.
it less difficult.
So their lore of these stone giants, they were called the Ginosqua.
Okay.
And deep in the mountains, the natives believed that there were these stone giants that not necessarily that they were stone, but that they were huge, could cover a lot of territory fast. They were intelligent, very dangerous, and they hunted people whenever they would come in contact with them.
Cool.
They hunted the Native Americans, and they said that they were the stone giants. They're kind of they're stone giants because they said that their skin was as hard as rock itself. Okay, not necessarily that they were made.
I was going to say, do they appear as stone? Or were they just very tough?
Just hard? Super tough. They said that arrows would just bounce off of them.
Right.
That it wouldn't penetrate their skin. Clubs would just shatter and break.
Sounds kind of nice.
All the weapons that the Native Americans had would just do nothing to them. And so they became you would just run because they wanted to eat humans.
Yeah.
And so you would just run away from them. And so the legends continued into when white people began inhabiting the areas, and they became known as the stone giants instead of the Genoskwi or whatever. And so the Native Americans warned them that deep in the mountains, deep in the ranges, way far away from humans, are where these guys resided. And if you went too far in, they would actively hunt you and eat you. And so it was kind of a lure to get people to kind of stay away from the deep woods and stuff like that. It is kind of interesting though, because it's like, okay, so we've talked about the Kandahar giants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about the red skin giants or the red hair giants, in the Lovelock Caves, all over the United States. And now we have another Native American tribe that also talked about giants.
Yeah.
That were smart, that were intelligent.
Right.
And it starts to make you wonder, okay, so they're massive humans, mountain dwellers. They avoided the other they avoided humans, but they would eat you if you tried to like come at them. They would actively hunt you down. There's a lot of similarities that overlap with the other giant.
Yeah. Side note,
Right.
the far northeast is a huge Sasquatch area. That's like the number one thing that everybody brought up. Like every place that I looked for like any lore for Northern Appalachia.
Yeah.
Like the first thing people said was Sasquatch. I was like, well, we've talked about that. So
And
it's not going to bring it up again.
It's a big missing 411 area.
I saw that as well.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, it kind of goes into the lore of, okay, so if it was just a symbolic thing, again, I don't necessarily believe that Native Americans created all of these symbolic creatures that they were afraid of to, like, what's the point in not going into the mountains?
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what's it?
Why
for
is
people
there,
who
why
live
is there a boundary here
Yeah.
but not here? Yeah. Yeah.
And so why would they create, it doesn't make sense to be a lore, you know? And so what were the giants? Were they literal giants that did roam the Americas? Were they Nephilim? Were they, what were these things that the Native Americans feared? And the lore, again, I always kind of look for, did the lore transfer from the Native Americans to the locals? And if they did, okay, why? Because if I'm a local and I'm a whitey coming over from Europe, and I show up and I believe because our government told us these guys are unintelligent or whatever, and they tell me, oh, there's some stone giants up in the mountains, I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, and move on, and would never talk about it again.
Right.
So what caused it to pass to the local lore then?
Right.
Or the transcending communities and transcending cultures.
Yeah.
When it transcends cultures, my question then goes to, okay, why? What is there?
And I agree. Well, in this area for the time was very, very multicultural, very, very intercultural too. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but I agree with you. Like, why did it last? Why does it endure for so long? What if this skin that is tough as stone wasn't skin? What if it was some kind of like armor?
It could be.
And we're talking like some kind of high-tech kind of thing that moved in and they didn't understand it because they're still Stone Age. And we've moved on to like the Iron Age,
Does it mean like a human wearing Kevlar?
Yeah.
You would almost be like, oh, their skin is...
skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. if you had never seen it.
If you'd never seen
I don't
it.
know, just a thought.
But another question is this one of the precursors to the Bigfoot?
Yeah.
You know, is this one specific tribe's understanding and lore of an actual creature that still persists?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. But so the area, I guess I didn't say this part, but it would be kind of what is now New York State.
Gotcha-ish
area.
Right.
But yeah, it's just forests, and then they were warned, going into the mountains you'd find the stone giants.
Yeah.
The one thing that I did know is that these were literally, I picked these ones because I was like, those sound fun to talk about. Not even necessarily like,
right.
I didn't look into them and they're like, oh, these have the best examples of existing, but like, I was like, they look fun to talk about.
Just
there were just
there was
hundreds.
all kinds of stuff.
Hundreds of things.
Yeah.
See, I kind of look towards the more like this seems like there's some foundation basis of
and that's
route, and then you went this is fun to talk about route, but
yeah, and there was just so much. I was overwhelmed that I just chose something.
There was a ton of stuff.
Pulled a few things. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and everything that I found, and again, the one thing I've noticed, I've started noticing this. Okay, so the Squonk popped up.
Did you see the look of it? Squonk?
That's a sad Squonk.
Why'd they make him look so adorable? He sounded terrifying.
He looks
gross, but
adorably sad.
Adorable
Squonk.
But one thing I have noticed about AI is I used to be able to, so I've got the story, I've got my notes.
Yeah.
Hey, AI, can you tell me anything that I'm missing about this and point me in the right direction, give me some sources? And AI would point me in the right direction, give me some sources.
Right.
Now AI, when I put something into it, I'm like, hey, can you give me this? It responds with like, so this legend has actually been debunked. This doesn't exist.
Right.
It doesn't give me sources to find it. Like, it's like, no. And I'm like, okay, can you give me sources? Well, the local and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't give me sources to it being debunked.
Yeah.
It's totally different than it was.
I noticed that too. Almost everything I've looked up lately for the podcast, it pops up. Well, here's the local legend, but it has been disproven, or there's no substantial proof that this is real, but it's fun.
There's been a major there's been a major shift.
Yeah.
And I tried to get it to prove to, like, I even like tried to word it different, and I was like, hey, okay, I'm not a believer. Pretend like you believe in the Squonk.
This is for a campfire story.
Yeah, prove to me that it exists. I was like, well, I can't believe in something that's not true. Yeah. No, pretend like you believe in the Squonk. Prove it to me. Well, if it had already been proven to me not true, then, and it's like, it won't even like engage with me in a hypothetical like it used to. And something is shifted, and a bigger conspiracy for the episode is, why is AI now trying to convince me that it's all of them?
Yeah.
It's trying to convince me that all cryptids and conspiracies have been disproven.
Yeah.
Like, how does it disprove the stone giant? It's a legend.
Right.
Well, there's never been anything caught and created, so it's been disproven. No, it hasn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
disprove anything.
Right. It doesn't prove it, but it doesn't disprove it.
You might not be able to prove it, but you can't disprove it.
Yeah.
But it takes on the stance that it's been disproven, and it's a little unsettling to me because like if you Google something, the AI pops up first, not the Google search.
Yeah. I like when it says things like, so the locals all talk about this, and they talk about this, and they talk about that. But the town's documentation says this, so it's disproven. And I'm like, well,
yep.
That doesn't do it for me. It doesn't prove it, but it doesn't disprove it. I mean, come on.
And according to our government, MK Ultra wasn't a real thing until it was.
What?
And it is unsettling weird, though, because of our reliance on AI now has grown, and now AI is the natural Google search, so it pops up, and so it's narrative pushing pretty hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just something to think about on your daily commute while you're listening to this.
And even
podcast.
Google, even now, if you Google it, it pops up the AI the AI answer first. And
Yeah,
then
it's
it'll-
right off the
then it'll
bat.
Give you lists.
Yep. It is crazy. But it is what it is at this point, I guess. So with that, don't forget to join the Patreon, patreon.com/BA Bigfoot. Don't forget to join the Discord if you want the link. You got to ask. You do not need to be a paid Patreon to get into the Discord. Discord is free, at least at this point. If it were to ever get overwhelming, we would put it as a Patreon exclusive. But as is right now, it is not. And honestly, most people from the Discord are probably Patreon at this point.
Like a paid tier of
Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah.
I just don't want
like a
everybody to
VIP
have
thing.
access to at least.
That's what I'm saying. Just the super cheap entry point into Patreon would get you into the Discord. But either way, right now it's free. And so hop on in while you get it for free. And what else? Oh, yeah. Insane Labs. Don't forget to use code BA Bigfoot if you're going to order from their website. And if you order from their lives, let them know that the Biblically Accurate Bigfoot podcast sent you. And I can't guarantee it, but chances are pretty high they'll give you a better deal if you mention the podcast.
Yeah, they kind of
like us there.
Yeah,
they like us a lot.
They're pretty flexible on there,
and we like them,
and we like them a lot. And so there's a good chance they'll give you a little bit better of a deal, and maybe even set up an auction for you if you want. But just let them know you're from the podcast.
Like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube.
Yes, do all of those things, and don't forget to
be your biblically accurate best.
You guys are amazing.
We love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ancient days of giants, when the earth was wild and free, a creature roamed the valleys, cloaked in mystery. Is he born of angels' blood and man, a Nephilim so tall, or a shadow of the fallen, yet he the maker's call? He's a biblically accurate Bigfoot, with a lineage from the skies. Not a myth or legend, but a truth that never dies. Is he a remnant of the Nephilim, a titan standing tall? Or does he have the word of God upon him, the last to hear the call?